Hey, hello guys. So today we will look into the integration of the Three.js and with the Angular. Okay. So here I have created some models, 3D models using the blend. So I just published those model into the GLTF. Okay. So we can import that GLTF model and integrate with the Three.js. Okay. And to render the our 3D models into the Angular application. We will also look how I have derived the code for integration for the Three.js and Angular. Okay, so this is the model, and so I exported this model to the GLTF, GLB. Okay, and so as I have already exported, I am not going to export once again. I am not going to override that one. Okay, so this is the GLB already existing there, and let me check. Okay, so Blender. Okay, here it is there. Angular R&D, interior demo, the source, and the model. It is already I expert. Okay, so here I exported two different model and integrating into the one single scene. Okay, so these are the two different model. This is the one. Okay, and so this is the another one. It is the locked one. Okay, so I already published into the model. Okay, so let's try to understand how I have integrated those model. Okay, so we can interact with this model using the Three.js. Okay, so this is the zoom. I am doing the zoom. Okay, and this is exactly the 3D model. This is the loft model. It is there, and so this is the another interior. It is there. Okay, this is what. Okay, this is what we can see here. Okay, okay. So before that, we need to do some the scene setting. It is there, camera setting and scene setting. It is there. So I need to import the GLB file. Okay, just a minute. Here, go R&D, interior demo, new models, interior. Okay, it is being rendered. Okay, as it is a heavy file, it will take some time. Okay, so we need to set the camera. Okay, okay, and that camera setting we need to capture all the scaling, all the stuff, and we need to put all those setting into the application. Here the component here orthographic camera all this time. Okay, okay, so here what are the JSON package, so what are the packages are needed? It is the 3JS module. It is needed. Okay, it has a dependency for the types 3. It is there, and we need to do the publishing for the model. Okay, so I just done some publishing of the assets output as a model folder. Okay, so now I created the interior component. okay, along with the some div, and here the marked as the interior ID, and that interior ID here I have picked up the visual there, okay. So our that GLB file, all the scene will be rendered into this div file or div section, okay. All right. So this is what the imports look like. So I imported the three.js library. It is there, okay. And so this is the orbit controls I have imported here. So orbit controls, it is basically used to have the interaction with your model. This is what we are interacting. This is yeah, using with the orbit control. Okay. So this is the GLTF loader. It is there for importing the GLB file. And so this is the RGB loader. So that what we will discuss. So having some rendering your the some camera lights rendering it is there. Okay, so first of all, I created this application as a standalone false. It is there. Okay, so I used the dependency inversion here to capture the render instance. Okay, so to render the scenes of 3JS. Okay, so here I have created the one scene instance. And so when we talk about the 3JS, it comprises of the scene along with the camera on and the light it is there along with the and the renderer will help to render all that scenes. Okay. So here I have used the directional light, so that will focus on the our model. Okay. So this is the perspective camera. Okay. So there are numerous camera are there. This is the orthographical tree. It is there. Perspective camera also it is there. Okay, so this is the renderer. It is used to for the rendering purpose of the modeling models. And so this is the shadow camera I have used for the shadowing that model. Okay, so let's see whether the shadow it is there or not. Okay, so I might have changed the shadow direction here. Okay, okay, so this is the camera setting. Okay, the layer I have set the and the you need to specify the all the means camera near and far setting here that you can pick up from the this is the 3JS editor. Okay, and you can specify, you can pick up this one or you can just export that JSON and download JSON. Here you can pick up all the stuffs. This is the matrix. You can pick up from this one. Okay, so I have added the light into the scene. Okay, and this is the sunset scene. It is there. Okay, sunset it is there. Okay, so that will render this texturing outside texturing of the model. So whatever you are seeing, this is the sunset scene. You can see that it's light. It is nothing but the sunset scene. It is there. Okay, so that is why it is having this light. Okay, so I have first of all I have kept the camera position. Okay, so it is a tone mapping. It is there, and so I have enabled the shadow map. Enabled true. It is there. Tone mapping exposure. It is there, and the set size. It is there. Okay, so render set size. It is basically in the proportion of the inner width and inner height. Okay, so this is the app renderer that I have discussed the earlier. This is the app renderer. So this is the Angular component, and this renderer, it is the Three.js component. Don't get confused with this renderer. Okay, so app renderer will append the child. Okay, so this is the native in this is the interior dot native element. So this is nothing but our child component. Okay, it will pick up the native element from the child component, and this is the render dot DOM element. So it's nothing but the Three.js DOM element component. So it will append the child. So your Three.js scene will be rendered over here. Okay. Okay. So here I have added the resize listener. Okay. So it will do the some resizing over the render and will set the size with respect to the inner height and inner width. It is there. So as I discussed earlier, so here we have created the orbit control. Okay. So interact with your keys, arrow left and arrow up, it is there. Okay, so you can see this one. Whenever I click on the up arrow, it is going upside. When I press the down arrow, it goes to downside. Okay, and the other stuffs are the by defaults. Zooming for the, you need to stretch your mouse pad fingers. Okay, and here you can zoom inside. You can have the modeling models there. Okay, see here I have already loaded two GLB files. It means that you can integrate multiple files into the one scene. Okay, for example, one team is working on the another model, another team is working the different models. You can integrate. So this is the good benefits it is there. Okay, and this is the animate function, it is there. So this is the most important. So this animate function will take care of the continuous rendering your model, okay, while interacting with your model. So you can consider it is the paint function, which is the same as the WinForm, it is there. Okay, so the controls will get updated each and every time. Okay, so render will render, so scene with respect to the camera. Okay, now let's try to run this application. Npm run start. Okay, so we will also look how we can deploy this application using the Nginx. Okay, so models are being downloading, so that is why it is taking the time. Okay, so second will also will get download. Okay, so here you can see this is the pen I am doing. Okay, so this is what we can see, and this is the what we can see here. Okay, okay, so let's see how we can deploy this application using the Nginx. Okay, so here I have downloaded the Nginx here, Nginx 1. And simply copied that interior demo, that distribution files. These are the distribution files, interior demo, all copied all the stuffs and pasted into this folder. Okay, along with the model. Okay, so be sure you should have the GLB file into this model folder. Okay, so now let's see how I have configured this Nginx. Okay, so let's see this one. Okay, it is already open. I have added the server section here, added the port 4300 and the server name localhost, and the this is the routing it is there. Okay, so let's see. I have changing the port here, and so be sure you need to reload Nginx when you change the do the changes in the configuration file. Okay, so now here it will give an error. Okay, so the site cannot be reached. Let's change the port. Yes, perfect. So now it is listening on uh, 4500. Okay, and it is behaving same like as earlier. So here you can, I'm doing some panning over here. Okay, okay, all right. So this is what we can do, some integration of Three.js with Angular, and we can deploy with the Nginx. Okay, so that's all from mine. So we will see into the next video. Thank you.